I just started an early Monday morning hike at Iroquois Park, and I found this mushroom. This is another spectacular morning for hiking. I'm looking over to my left and I see a beautiful buck bedded down. He's staring at me. Isn't that a beautiful buck? I recognize this buck. He usually poses for me, and I think he's posing for me now. He didn't get up and run off. I'm not going to go down there and bother him. I'm going to stay up here. He's giving me a side view now. I'm going to keep on hiking. Looking down the hill and he just got up. He's walking down the hill. Time to eat some more. He's posing for me again. I think he's alone. I'm looking all over the place and I don't see any others. He disappeared down there. Oh, he came out over here. He's way down the hill now. I got some pretty good pictures and video of him. I think I'll hike down this hill. That buck I just got pictures and video of is way over there. Well, I know the bucks have passed through here. This is a fresh buck rub. There's a lot of hills in this area and a lot of gullies. The deer roam around. You could find them almost anywhere in this park. And I know the deer don't always stay in the park. They leave the park and roam areas around the park. I'm hiking up a hill, coming from way down there. I'm passing the lion's mane mushroom. It hasn't grown. It's the same size as it was 2 days ago. There's one lion's mane mushroom. It's not very big. And there's another one in front of me. This mushroom looks more like a lion's mane mushroom. But it hasn't grown either. It's still a small mushroom. Passing the other lion's mane mushroom. I'm going to hike off in this direction. I love hiking this time of year. I just saw the big buck that's been hanging out in this area walking off over there. I probably won't be able to find him, but I'm going to try. I got lucky and found him bedded down Saturday. Wonder where he is. He could have crossed this gully and walked off over there. I'm scanning the area, but I don't see him. I haven't seen any of his girlfriends yet. I think he might have walked off over there, and that's where I'm coming from. And I don't want to hike that area again. Maybe I'll hike it later. If I find the does, I think he might still be in this area. But so far I haven't seen any. I think that's the buck down there. Trees in the way. And I think that's a doe. So he's with one of his girlfriends. Too many trees in the way. There's a squirrel. Oh, that's not that same buck. That's a smaller buck. I think this is the one I saw earlier. That big boy that I found Friday and Saturday, he's probably in a different area of the park now. Wait a minute, there's another buck down there. Is that the big boy? There's smaller bucks walking off up there. So many places for them to hide. That's the younger buck. Now where'd that big boy go? If I was the buck, this is where I would go to hide. I might not find him, but it is fun looking for him. I didn't get a real good look at that bigger buck. It might not be the same one I've been seeing in this area. That buck I saw earlier that I thought was with a doe, I think he was with another buck. So I still haven't found any does. This is not an easy area to hike. But that's alright. I'm not looking for an easy hike. I like playing hide and go seek with the deer. And they do find some good hiding places. But like I always said in the past, if they were easy to find, it wouldn't be as much fun looking for them. I've been zigzagging all over this area. And all I found are those two bucks, and didn't get any real good pictures or video of them. I'm about ready to leave this area and come back later. There's the big boy up there. Now if I could just get him to pose for me. Wish he'd turn around and head in this direction. I still haven't found any of his girlfriends. That buck knows how to disappear. He was right over here, and I don't see him anywhere. He just crossed the gully, and now I see him running off up there. There he is. A lot of tree branches in the way. Now there he is over there. He's just not going to let me get too close to him. Just saw him running off up there. Now which direction is he going to go? He knows I'm here and he's not going to let me get close. That's a good survival instinct for a buck like that. This is where I last saw him, and he's probably way over there somewhere. I give up. I'm not going to follow him anymore. I'm going to hike off in that direction. That buck can get up and down these steep hills a lot faster than I can. That was a smart buck. He kept changing directions on me. I have no idea where he ended up. I was following that buck up here on the high ground, and I'm very close to Top Hill Road and Summit Field. Maybe I'll go up there and hike around and then come back to this area later. I'm hiking on the deer trail very close to the top. This is where the deer crossed the gully. I made it up to the top. I don't expect to find much in Summit Field. I'm just going up there to rest before I get back to my hiking. Summit Field is all flat. Made it up to Top Hill Road and Summit Field. I'm hiking around in Summit Field. I see a reflection bench. I'm going to take my first break of the morning there. Following those bucks around wore me out. There's another reflection bench. I'm just going to piddle around in Summit Field for a little bit and then get back to my hike. I'm not going to the North Overlook. I found a dead skunk. I wonder what happened to it. It doesn't stink. See a little squirrel. The squirrels are very active this morning. I've seen them all over the place. I see a couple of late blooming coneflowers. Gray-headed coneflowers. There's another one. And another one. And some more over here. And in front of me. I just saw an eastern bluebird fly off over there. That's a beautiful bird. I didn't find much in Summit Field, but I wasn't expecting to this time of day. The colors are still beautiful. I did find that poor dead skunk. Getting ready to leave Summit Field. There's nothing going on at this pond. There's a tufted titmouse that just flew off. Where'd it go? It's jumping around in that tree over there, but there's too many leaves in the way. I'm leaving Summit Field. I'm back on Top Hill Road. I'm leaving Top Hill Road. It's time to finish my hike. And passing through all the white snake root. I'm passing Rita's Point. I'm about to hike off over in this area. I'm hiking down this hill. I'm going to hike down this hill, then cross the gully, and then hike up the hill over there. I see a squirrel over there eating a nut, I think. He's pretty far away from me, or she's pretty far away from me. Just took off. I'm coming from way down there. I'm gonna hike off in that direction. Still a beautiful morning. Now where do I want to hike? I think I'll hike down this hill. I still haven't found any does this morning. I don't know where they're hiding out. Looks like some does have been in this area. I have a few more hills to hike up and down, and then I'm going home. I'm resting on this log. I've got one more hill to hike up. This is a rocking log. Made it up that hill. There's no more hills to climb. I'd like to hike over there in that area, but I don't have enough fuel left in the tank. I'm headed down to my car. I found a buck rub, so I know a buck has been in this area, but I don't know when. See a buck over to my right. What's he going to do? He just jumped over that log. And there's another big buck. But there's a lot in the way. I found the remains of an old radio. There's two bucks that took off in this direction, but they're probably long gone now. It took me a while to get up here. That buck jumped over this log like it was nothing. Now where did they go? There was two of them. There goes one of them. And there's the other one. That's the biggest buck. And there goes the smaller buck. That's the big boy I saw Friday and Saturday. He just doesn't want me to get close to him today. There they are, way over there. The tree's in the way. Like I said, they're not going to let me get too close. As you can see, I'm pretty far away from them. This big boy is looking at me. Walking off again. I got sidetracked trying to catch up to that big buck. I have no idea where he is now. Earlier I found an old radio Now I found an old hubcap. Earlier I said I was about out of gas, and then I got sidetracked following those bucks around. Now I'm running on fumes, but I think I have enough fumes left to get back to the car. Out here hiking and I lose track of time. It's no longer morning, it's 1:30 in the afternoon, but I'm getting close to my car. I see Rundle Road. I'm going to take the horse trail that runs next to the golf course back to my car. I'm parked at the golf course parking lot. It is time for this old man to go home.